The night was quiet, but it was not the silence of peace. It was the silence of fear. Far away, the sound of fire crackled, and the red glow of burning houses touched the sky. A young traveler stood on the edge of a ruined road, his heart heavy as he looked ahead. He had left his home in search of wisdom, but what he found was a world falling apart. He took a step forward, and the wind carried voices to his ears, voices of anger, of hunger, of betrayal. The streets he entered were filled with shadows. Broken doors swung in the air, children cried in corners, and men with hard faces guarded the ruins as if they owned them. But they owned nothing. They only destroyed. The traveler whispered to himself, "Where is hell? People say it is a pit deep under the earth, a place of fire and demons. But what if that is not true?" He walked deeper into the city. The first thing he saw was the marketplace. Once, it must have been a place of life, of trade and laughter. But now, it was a place of cruelty. He saw a poor man beaten for stealing bread, while a rich man, guilty of much greater sins, walked away untouched. The traveler shook his head. If justice lives here, then it is blind. An old beggar sitting by the wall spoke with a broken voice. "Justice? There is no justice here. Do you think demons did this? No, boy. Men did this. Men who wanted more." The words of the beggar stayed in the traveler's mind as he left the city. He walked on, hoping to find a place better than this. But the next city was worse. Here, there was no hunger. Here, people feasted, danced, and sang. But their smiles were false and their laughter was sharp. Behind every smile was a lie. Behind every dance was betrayal. The traveler sat at a table, watching. A man raised a glass and promised friendship, but an hour later he sold that same friend for gold. A woman kissed her husband's hand, then whispered secrets to his enemy. The traveler's stomach turned. Then he saw it happen. Two men fought over a shining jewel. The fight turned to rage, and rage turned to murder. The jewel rolled across the floor and into the hands of a child. The crowd clapped and laughed as if blood was part of the entertainment. The traveler left quickly. "This is not joy," he said. "This is emptiness. These people wear masks, but their hearts are hollow." He kept moving, his steps heavier now. Soon he came to a field where war had left its scars. The ground was black. Trees were nothing but stumps. Bodies lay in silence, and the air was thick with smoke. Two armies had fought here, but for what? Among the dead, the traveler found a soldier still alive, his breath weak. The soldier held his hand and whispered, "We fought for land, but the land dies with us." And then he closed his eyes forever. The traveler stood alone in the battlefield. His chest tightened. "What madness is this?" he thought. "Men kill each other for soil that cannot even hold their names." He kept walking, but hope was fading. He asked himself again, where is hell? Is it beneath the earth? Is it waiting for us after death? Or is it here in every act of cruelty, in every lie, in every betrayal? One night he reached the ruins of an old temple. Its walls were cracked, its roof broken. There he found an old woman kneeling by a candle. Her face was wrinkled, her eyes tired, but her voice was steady when she prayed. "Why do you pray?" the traveler asked her. "Don't you see what the world has become? The streets are filled with blood. The rulers are liars. Brothers kill brothers. If there is a hell, it has already swallowed us." The woman looked at him and said, "Hell does not come from below. It is born inside the human heart. Every time a man chooses greed, a flame is lit. Every time someone lies, the fire grows stronger. Every time someone betrays, the chains tighten. Do not look for hell beneath the earth. Look around you. It is here." Her words struck the traveler deeply. He walked away, but this time he saw the world with new eyes. He saw that the devil's people feared were not monsters with horns or wings. They were human beings. They smiled, they shook hands, they made promises. Their faces were human, but their actions were darker than any demon. The traveler reached a broken bridge at the edge of the wasteland. The sky burned red, as if the heavens themselves reflected the blood on the earth. He stood there for a long time, then whispered to himself, "Hell is not far away. Hell is here, and the devils, they walk among us." As he stood on the bridge, the traveler realized something even darker. The devils were not only in the faces of strangers, they could also rise within his own heart. Every person carried a seed of cruelty, a shadow that could grow if fed with anger, envy, or pride. Hell was not just around him, it could live inside him too, waiting for the moment when he chose darkness over light. Yet, in that moment of despair, he also understood one final truth. If hell could be built by human hands, then perhaps heaven could be built the same way. If lies and greed created chains, then honesty and kindness could break them. The world was broken, yes, but the fire was not unstoppable. With every act of mercy, every word of truth, and every choice of love, a different path could still be lit.